This armed robbery is crazy, and it goes to show the skills that you have with your handgun matter. What is up, guys? Will Workman here with Self-Defense Encounters, here to give you a real-world example of how to defend yourself. This video is sponsored by POM Pepper Spray. Pepper spray is one of the most important self-defense tools that you should be carrying every day because you're so much more likely to need it than a gun. POM Pepper Spray can change someone's behavior in about 3 seconds and make them decide they'd rather lay down and cry than hurt you. POM Pepper Spray is next generation pepper spray, and I carry mine with me everywhere I go to protect myself and my family. Check them out at pompepperspray.com. Let's watch this crazy armed robbery and see what we can learn. I told you it was a crazy one. So the first thing I want to notice here is that this clerk is paying attention. He rings up a customer, he's putting money in the register there, and he notices as soon as these guys come in. So he's paying attention to his surroundings, he knows what's happening, and then he goes to work. He immediately sees these guys are rushing in, and you see as the second one is coming through the door there, he already has his hand on his gun. The other thing that I really like is he starts backing up. This counter gives him a little bit of cover, and it gives him a lot more time as he's backing up. The bad guy with the crowbar has a little bit further to go to get to him. So as he ducks down behind that counter, he comes up with his gun and starts nailing this dude. And you realize as soon as he starts putting shots on this dude, the guy says, "Nope, I'm out of here." His friends are already out the door as he's hitting the ground. If you notice the time it takes him to actually go for his gun and get that first shot off, I can't time exactly what it is when he noticed the threat, but guys, it looks to me like that draw is under 2 seconds, which is pretty stinking fast for just a civilian working as a clerk. This guy has definitely done some practice, if not some pretty good training. This guy knows what he's doing, and he was able to get his gun out and get hits on the first guy really quickly. So I want to ask you, as these guys are coming through the door, one of them has a crowbar in his hand. Is that a deadly threat? The answer is absolutely yes. A crowbar, especially raised up like that, you can see as he's running towards him, he's about to swing with that crowbar, or at least threaten to swing. That is 100% a deadly weapon, and you can use deadly force against that. So what about the other guys? What if they're not armed? I can't tell if that is something in the second robber's hand here, but if they are all working together, it is seen by law as if they are all using that deadly weapon because they're all using the threat of that deadly weapon to commit the robbery. So you could use deadly force against any of these guys if the deadly force is still in play. So notice as he gets the first few shots on the first robber, the other two bolt. And what I absolutely love about this situation is he stops shooting. Right as the guy goes down, the other guys leave, he stops shooting. It is just as important to know when to stop shooting as it is to know when to shoot. So he engages the threat when it is a deadly threat, and as soon as that threat stops, he realizes, I'm not gonna continue shooting this guy because I don't need to. I've stopped him from hurting me, so I can stop shooting now. I also think that it's hilarious that he just yells, "Yeah, F that." Like, I just won that. At the very end here, you see him picking up the phone. I'm not sure if he put his gun under the counter or if he stuck it back in the holster, but his gun is out of his hand and he's calling 911 at this point. Realize that when you're in a gunfight, you are in a race to 911 because you want the truth to come out first. You want your side of the story to be the first one that is heard and reported. So I love that he's calling 911 here. He's walking towards the door here. I like to assume that's because he's going to lock the door. I don't see any indication that he's going to chase after these guys. That is great because once the threat stops, he's done with the fight. He needs to lock the door if needed and go to the back of the shop and wait for the police to get there. It is a terrible idea to chase people down. Once the threat stops, let them go, let the cops handle the rest. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe down below, and I'll see you next time.